Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. Today, as you can see, we're doing a build update number 2 for our Academy 12528 US Air Force B-29A, which is decaled for Enola gate or Bockscar. So basically, as you can see, we're moving along quite rapidly now compared to where I was yesterday, and basically I'm just going to run you through where we've got to and what we've been doing. But first off, because this is kind of what I do, I'm going to have a drink of this shipyard American IPA, because we're making an American plane, which is established in Portland, Maine, USA. I'm just going to read you this little bit off the back because I thought it was kind of cool. From the heart of Portland, Maine, a coastal city famed for shipbuilding, world trade and discovery, our founder, Fred, put everything on the line to realise his dream, to make a refreshing, full-flavour, easy-drinking beer for all. So I'm going to try this. I don't think I've actually tried this before, but incidentally, it is, of course, it's brewed in the UK. So let's just pour a bit of that and just keep me going. And we'll get on with telling you what it's all about. Fruity. It's a fruity beer. Okay, so where we've got to so far is we've we put our fuselage together, we put our tail on, we put our wings on, we put our engine nacelles and engines in. This is compared to where we were yesterday with just basically the fuselage in half. We haven't as yet put any of the glazing on. I'm going to basically hand paint the glazing and attach it afterwards. Or that's going against what it says in the instructions. A couple of my, let's say, modelling gurus off YouTube, guys called Jeremy and Brian, kindly reminded me that basically because this is a tricycle setup with a wheel at the front and 2 wheels here, that you have got the tendency for it to sit on its arse when it's built. So not having any real sort of correct weights, what I decided to do is to get some coins of the realm, British pennies, and I put 2 each in each of these engine pods. And I'm just going to turn it over without breaking it. I've also put 4 in the Bombay, and I put 2 in each of these wings. So I'm kind of hoping that this extra weight, when we get the landing gear on, is going to basically stop it from sitting on its backside, because it is quite heavy at the back, but it does feel quite heavy at the front now as well. So hopefully that's going to alleviate our problems. To do this, I used some of this, which is called CAUK Black cyano acrylic adhesive. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody told me to get some of this ages ago, and I bought some, and this is the first time I've used it. You might be able to see underneath here, we've got some rather strange large matchsticks in here, which I'm going to explain to you why now, with my 4 pennies in the Bombay. Basically, as you can probably see, I've had a bit of an issue with the this Bombay, and it's turned into a bit of a gluey mess here. Basically, if you tuned in yesterday, I did actually have some issues with the locator holes for these hinges, and basically I haven't done a large aircraft in 30 years, basically. My previous one, as I previously mentioned, was an ME-110, which is just a small 2-engine sort of small fighter bomber. So this was a big step up for me, basically. So this has turned into a bit of a nightmare, because basically it kept on collapsing on itself. Probably my inexperience. So what I've decided to do is I put these 2 matchsticks in, which I've stuck in with my CAUK Black. And I'm hoping that basically they will actually fit in here with their pre-pointed hinges, and then they will rest on the matches, and then basically I won't have the collapsing issue that I had previously. Obviously, if it doesn't work, I can just cut these out and chuck them away and start cursing again. Because I've actually obviously loaded these nacelles quite heavily with extra weight, I used the black glue as well for those, and I've also used the black glue on the wings as well, because that seems logical because it's supposedly a much stronger adhesive than your regular Tamiya Extra Thin and Tamiya Cement. Incidentally, I have used both Tamiya Extra Thin and Tamiya Normal Cement in the building of this, and as you can probably see, quite an extensive amount of my Vallejo Magic plastic putty, because we have had some gapping issues, which, if you tuned in yesterday, basically I previously explained that these areas here, which are normally have guns in them, which were removed on Enola Gate and Bockscar, they have these sort of ridges where the guns fit. So both of these two here and both of these two here have these on, and basically the instruction, as per the instructions, was to trim the excess plastic off with a knife. Yeah, I've struggled with that and made a bit of a pig's ear of it. So basically, instead of having sort of nice sort of panel line sort of gaps around these, I've basically just had to fill this in and make the best I can, because I basically had a right mess here. I don't think it's an ideal way to do it, you know, to put someone a model, and a regular sort of model, and tell them to start attacking it with a hobby knife. Certainly I struggled with that and I've made a bit of a pig's ear, but I'm kind of hoping it's just gonna, when I get to paint it, it's kind of gonna look okay. I mean, I'll be honest with you, when making these things, I kind of like leaving some of my mistakes on them, because I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not at that level yet. I am just a novice, and I describe myself as sometimes as a muppet who makes models badly. I kind of like leaving errors on. So basically, when I come to make another large aircraft, I will have a good look at this and I'll say, oh, I made a mistake here, I made mistakes here, I made this mistake, I made that mistake. So I know where I need to be kind of more careful in the future. So, I mean, these areas here obviously are going to be potentially quite visible. So, but hopefully I'm not going to encounter that sort of problem again. Another problem I've had is with these, are these flaps or these ailerons? I think these are actually flaps and these are ailerons on this side. This one has fitted pretty well. It's pretty snug. It looks kind of right. The gap isn't massively perfect. It's sort of flared here and tucked in there. My engine nacelles are kind of a little bit offline, but this one here has been a bit of a nightmare, because as you can see, it's at completely different sort of angles to the other. Now, as far as I can tell, I put these two pieces together perfectly well and then put them in, and I've just been left with this sort of horrible gap. I mean, as per, this is quite difficult with this one, as per here, these look right on the front, which I'm obviously glad of, because this is the bit that you're going to see more. But on the underneath, let's try and turn that round, they're very different on either side, so that's obviously an issue. But I'm sure that's not an actual kit problem. That's just something that I've done somewhere and I don't understand what it is. And like I say, it's a mistake, it's an error, it's a problem. I'm aware. That's fine with me. I haven't got a problem with it at the end of the day, because this is my first big kit. I'm building this. I forgot to get it out again. Silly man. I'm building this basically, as we all know, these are the delivery methods for the atomic weapons that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki on the 6th and 9th of August. So I'm hoping to have this one finished for the 6th. Last week I built the USS Indianapolis, which dropped Fat Man off at Tinian and later sank in shark-infested waters. That was a vintage Matchbox kit. There were basically what's in the box reviews and some build updates and a finished build for that. They're quite interesting. I quite enjoyed making that one. It was really quite fun to make, although it's a rather sad story. Famous for a couple of popular culture things like Jaws. So if you kind of like the history side of these sort of things, please do check that one out. I'm just gonna have another quick sick of this because I'm getting a bit dry on the throat. So basically that's the plan, is hopefully this is going to be ready in 2 days. I'm now going to put this last engine nacelle on, so you can see. I'm going to put on my landing bay doors, and I think then basically I'm going to stuff this up with a load of sponge. I'm going to cover up the clear glazing parts that I have put on, and then I'm going to head down to the garage and I'm going to prime this up in black, because that is the recommended colour to prime these things in when you're doing a natural finish. Unfortunately, I don't have the paint yet. I did order it. I was kind of hoping it was going to turn up yesterday, so I'm kind of hoping it turns up tomorrow, because otherwise I'm going to have a problem. So thanks very much for joining in and listening to me whine on about my problems with this kit. But at the end of the day, I am a novice modeler, and if you're looking for a channel where things go according to plan, I'm afraid this is not the one. I do kind of love making models. I've only been doing it for 6 months and I'm kind of having a fun time doing it. So please do like and subscribe, and do check out some of my other videos. There are over 200 videos on my various playlists, including over 100 what's in the boxes and about 90 of me faffing around building stuff. So yeah, please do have a look at them. They're all in the playlist. They're all organised into different sections, so they're easy to have a look at. And that's me signing off, and I'm about to head to the garage. So be seeing you.